Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Sagittarius October 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is as far as October goes, Mars will be in Virgo from the 1st until the 4th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, Sagittarius situations with the dominant parent, which is often the father, authority figures, people prominent in your career may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be more arguments over like diet, health. It could be punctuality, hygiene. With a lot of criticism, and I mean Virgo energy can be very critical, very judgmental. Um, it could be over very nitpicking things and alignment of the car being off by half a degree. Just those really very things that are where people are just being rather more picky than usual, more particular about things. Also, too, in some cases, well, if you're unattached Sagittarius, you may connect with a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person for a sexual liaison. It could be a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be someone prominent in your career, a person that might play an integral role in your stature in life, your social status, attaining success. Also, too, at this time, you might, it's also to be careful, and really, I mean, Mars can be accidents as well, so just be careful at this time that you're running around your place of business, corners of desks, things like that. There could be some accidents that might be employment, career related at this time, a greater propensity for that. And you may be putting a lot of energy and vitality into a Virgo like career at this time. It could be something connected with extrapolating data, something with a lot of analysis, something that requires a lot of cleaning, organization, like being a professional organizer. So anyway, next thing up, well, as far as October goes, Mars will be in Libra from the 4th until the 31st. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, situation with stepchildren, if applicable, friends, acquaintances, people in groups, clubs, organizations, maybe a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There might be arguments with these people over what's just, what's fair, equitable. It could be over things, matters with the law. There might be even some legal battles with 11th house people at this time. Could also be a time to, in this situation could be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious again than usual, and might be a lot of passive aggressive energy blended in as well. This could also be a time too, if you're unattached Sagittarius, you may connect with a Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra traits. It could be for a sexual liaison, someone you might meet in a group, club, or organization. It could be a friendship that escalates into something stronger. And also too, you may be putting a lot of energy and vitality into a Libra-like goal or aspiration, such as something with the law. Could be something like being a bailiff, a court reporter, judge, attorney, paralegal, or doing something with art such as drawing, sculpting, painting, graphic art, design, abstract art, or even in any way. Well, the next thing up is that Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could be a very fortuitous and auspicious period for you Sagittarius, but as I've stated in previous videos, remember that Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Sometimes there could be a propensity to expand the waistline. In some cases, it could be a time too where this could enlarge and expand a Sagittarius physical issues, especially if this is actually hitting the first house in one's natal chart, such as it could be something with the thigh or something with the sciatic nerves, the liver, anything Sagittarius related. And But it could be very prosperous as well, and also very positive and auspicious, perhaps for Sagittarius, like new beginnings. It could be doing something with advertising or publishing, something that would connect with being jocular, such as being a comedian, or it could even be doing something with horses, stables, something with with sports, the law. Anything that could be Sagittarius related could also expand and enlarge Sagittarius qualities that you may express very outwardly, especially if this is actually hitting the first house, the Ascendant point in one's chart. This could be a time where you might expand, enlarge some positive Sagittarius qualities, such as being very jocular, upbeat, optimistic, expansive, exuberant, enthusiastic. But unfortunately, it could expand and enlarge some of the negative ones, such as being overly self-righteous, maybe even over-optimistic, overly foolhardy, and reckless at this time. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be about dealing with some restrictions and limitations as far as things of a monetary nature may go. You may find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated person at the place you generate income with, or someone you may strongly value, or a person that figures prominently in your possessions. This could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, and maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. Could also be a time too where this could be about gaining structure and discipline in terms of making money, and also taking responsibility to income generated to your possessions, your resources at this point in time as well. And older people might figure more prominently in your values, in your money at this time, and also your possessions, and also your self-worth and how you feel about yourself. This could be a time where, sadly, in some cases where despondency or even depression in some isolated cases might be factoring in terms of your self-worth and self-esteem and how you feel about yourself at this time. But on a positive end, taking responsibility for possessions, for your own possessions, for monetary matters, for generating income, can figure in positively. Now, a lot of this can be predicated and dependent on aspects this makes to points in your chart. Say if it makes a sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, this could be a time where it could be very auspicious period, perhaps for generating money through just working very laboriously and very consistently. But at this, and also maybe even in matters with your self-worth and self-esteem, or as well, as far as consistently working on that and improving your self-worth or self-esteem. But let's say this makes an adverse aspect to your natal Venus. That could actually be something where it might have a negative effect it could even increase the propensity perhaps for a negative effect on your self-worth and self-esteem, how you feel about yourself. Next thing up. Well, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could manifest in a multitude of ways. This could be something for you Sagittarius who may be dealing with some unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior in your daily routine with people that you may work with, your fellow employees. I could be maybe an aunt or an uncle even. This could be also a time where you might, I have this natally, I have Uranus in my sixth house in my natal chart, almost exactly conjunct my sixth house cusp. This could be about some unusual health issues. It could be some unusual issue with the neck or the throat, considering we're talking about Taurus. It could be something Uranus related, such as something with the ankles or the shins. And again, it could be also something with the nerves. I have irrevocable nerve damage right now, and again, I do have Uranus almost exactly conjunct my sixth house cusp in my natal chart. You could be dealing with some very it could be some stubborn nerve-related issue you may be dealing with at this time, especially if this is making an inconjunct to your ascendant at this time, or even an adverse aspect to your natal sun. That can increase the propensity for this. Now, also too, though, on a positive end, this could be about doing something Uranus-like as far as employment goes. It could be doing something like with electronics, computers, innovation, ingenuity, designing new items. It could be something with aerospace, astronomy, even rocket science, or even something of a humanitarian nature. Anything that could be Uranus related, and Taurus friendships might even figure more prominently in your daily routine, more so than usual. They may be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics. Now, next thing up. Well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you may be dealing with in some cases, sadly, this could be about the dissolving or dissipation of your home, your family, family members, people you're close to home, with the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. It could be you might be in a little more danger of flooding at this time, and especially if this is making like an adverse aspect, say, to your natal Pluto or Uranus, because Uranus can be things that can be disasters or catastrophic. Pluto, of course, is destructive energy. It's crisis related, so you understand what I'm saying. Also, too, at this time, I could be, this could manifest a number of ways. This could be about a home or family member, someone you're close to home with, that may be a little bit more deceptive and duplicitous, hard to read. It might be more difficult in deciphering the character composition of fourth house people, more so than usual at this time. They may be a little bit more nebulous and unclear and vague. It could also be where you might be a little bit unclear about who you are at the core, or even matters connected and pertaining to your roots and your ancestry at this time. Now, wherever Neptune hits in a chart, it could be more lethargic. I call it lethargic, lackadaisical, indolent energy. You might feel more like fantasizing and daydream regarding fourth house matters such as renovating a home, getting in touch with your roots, ancestry, activities with family members, more so daydreaming and fantasizing about that, as opposed to taking action in connection with them, and especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your ascendant, Mars, or Sun at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. In some cases, sadly, this could be about the actual or literal death of someone you value strongly. It could be a person that figures prominently in your income, your place where you make money. This could also be a time, too, of the transformation of your values, of the way you generate income. It could be a time where you may be doing something Pluto related as far as making money goes. It could be something connected with astrology, the occult, supernatural, transformation such as rebuilding vehicles, something with surgery, a death profession such as working in as a coroner, a mortician, a funeral director. You may be dealing with more crisis situations as far as your monetary situation goes, your possessions. Some cases this could be about the obliteration or destruction of second house matters such as possessions, your values, your resources, income generated. But remember that Pluto is also about revival, rebirth, regeneration. So when something goes away with Pluto, it can often be either revived or it can even be supplanted with something else. If you lose your possessions, you may get something back at a later point in time, whether it's through some insurance claim or what have you, or you might get a different job if you lose something at this point in time as far as this transit goes, as far as what you're doing as far as making money goes. So those are some ways that this could manifest and play out at this time for you. Sagittarius. It could also be about the time where you may be transforming your self-worth or self-esteem, or even about some obliteration or destruction of it at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Sagittarius October 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Capricorn October 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.